Oh crap, I'm live? Oh no, no. Oh, that's not good. It's just me by myself. I don't even know where we're starting at. Hold on. Sorry everyone, we're having technical difficulties right now today. So far it's just me at the moment. Um, my counterpart Kenny will be here in I guess, a couple minutes. But today we were going to be talking about I guess, all the different great, well known nerd couples of the ages when it comes to comic books, um, anime. I even threw a sci fi show in there for my mom, Farscape. Love that show. But he's our technical guy. He's got all the pictures for everything. We're just having a bit of a problem. So if you could just bear with us for a moment, that would be great. Do, do, do. Yeah, I could always just be the nerd and pull up the pictures of the ones I know we have. Well, I have, but sorry, reading things here. I wish I knew what order we were going in or what we were starting with. If we were starting with the comic characters, that would be great. But my comic genius is again not here right now. I'm the anime half of the brain. Sees all the superheroes, American superheroes. So I don't even know if I can see any comments. Nope, I guess it's just me right now. I don't know if anyone's watching, but if they are, say hello. Be great. I'll say hi back. I don't even know what to talk about if I'm just by myself. Can't feel, yeah. Be nice if I was really high right now. I would love to talk about the anime couples. All right, that's something I can definitely talk about. I guess I guess I'll start with the one I know the best, which is Sailor Moon and Prince Endymion. That was one of the anime couples we were going to do, which is what I guess the best terminology for it. If you know the manga series and you know the game series and all the different anime, the two different anime series, Sailor Moon and Sailor Moon Crystal, you learn that their story is a very tragic love story. Like Sailor Moon witnesses her love in the past, and Endymion died right before her eyes during a great takeover of the Moon Palace, the Silver Millennium. And she watches him die right in front of her. And so, grief stricken, this girl kills herself. And her mother, grief stricken, uses the power of the silver crystal to reincarnate her and all of her soldiers and Endymion to a new lifetime on Earth, which is the planet she fell in love with, which is also where the prince that she fell in love with is from, Endymion. And it's just a beautiful love story because, again, they find each other, fall in love, gain all their memories back once she remembers that she's, the princess of the moon. But they end up gaining all of their memories back of who they once were, what they once were together. And it's just a beautiful love story to me. Oh, sorry, I was reading a message from Kenny. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, but that is one of my absolute favorite love stories because it's almost like a tragic Romeo and Juliet type thing going on with it, like something that would have come out from Shakespeare himself. But for me, it's way better because I grew up on it. So it's like love story crack to me. But aside from that, oh, Aside from that, another one of my favorite anime couples of all time is Natsu and Lucy. Is Natsu Dragneel and Lucy Heartfilia from the anime Fairy Tail. There are a lot of great couples in that anime. Another one of my favorites was Juvia and Gray. I love Juvia. But the main focus is Natsu and Lucy because the whole anime evolves around them. Like everything that happens in the storyline is all from these two characters, Natsu and Lucy. And you get to watch them develop a really great relationship where they basically, how would I put it? They trust each other unconditionally to the point where sometimes it doesn't even take words to know what the other is going to do or what the other wants the other one to do in the middle of like a battle with these two. They're both super powered, ridiculously super powered. Lucy doesn't look like it at first in the very beginning of the anime, but she's pretty weak-ish in the very beginning. But later on, you get to watch her develop into the strongest celestial wizard of all time. And same thing with Natsu. You get to watch him. He wasn't weak, but you get to watch him develop even more and become even more of a ridiculous powerhouse when you find out, who he is and everything like that. But throughout the whole series is Natsu saving Lucy. And when you watch it, you think that, he would be the one to fall in love with Lizana during the series. And she was one of the siblings of some of the characters in Fairy Tail. She disappeared, came back. Turns out she was on a different planet, different parallel world. But anyway, turns out like her and Natsu used to have a thing where they, used to play house. She would be the mom, he would be the dad. The little blue cat, if we had the picture to show you, the little blue cat, Happy, he used to play the baby. And then later on, Natsu, in the very beginning of Fairy Tail, meets Lucy, and she doesn't know that he's from Fairy Tail. It's been her dream to join that guild and meet the wizards of this wizard guild. And she ends up stumbling across him, and he ends up dragging her to Fairy Tail at the end of the first episode. And that's how they became friends. That's how they started becoming guild co-workers. Oh, hello. Some of the characters in Fairy Tail. Hey, oh my God.
I'm so sorry. I am having technical difficulties and all kinds of, it is just a day for me.
I feel like I've been bombing this whole time. I had no pictures
no, you have not,
to give references.
I've been listening to you, and you have been bombing. You have done Nerd Nation very proud. I'm proud of you, and I'm going to ask, what is that you have on your head? Because I really like it.
Oh, this is my hat. I love these things. They're dope. A lot of nerds have these, but they got little paws to keep your hands warm. And it usually, some of them come with this little, doodad pocket right here where you can, if you're a smoker, fit a pack of cigarettes. If you're a drinker, put a little thing in there. Me, I like slipping my card in there, my money, so people don't know I have it on me. They just think it's a hat. But I love this thing. Nice. Keeps you nice and warm.
Okay, well, I want to welcome everybody to Nerd Nation podcast. Sorry for all the difficulties that we have been having here tonight. It's been a hell of a day for me, hell of a weekend, and I want to sit and talk about some nerd shit to feel better.
Yeah.
So can we sit and talk about to make me feel better? Have you been watching WandaVision?
Me?
Yeah.
What's WandaVision?
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that. That's like the best show.
That's my reaction to you when it comes to anime.
True. Anyway, a lot of nerds know about watching. Everybody's on the edge of the seats, wondering what's going to happen first. What's going to happen next. But anyway, we're talking about nerd couples. I'm prepared I don't know if we're gonna have graphics today at all because my computer is working so crappy. I don't want to chance it. My computer is really working. Really, my computer is really working crappy
Sorry.
today. But
Yeah, I could tell you're
we're not
very
gonna have graphics.
choppy today.
Oh, I'm very unorganized, and I hate being like that. So I want to shout out to Karis Mary Nichols, guys, whoever else is watching. Shout out to us. Keep on hanging out with us as we talk about Nerd Nation stuff. I'm gonna tell you what, we're gonna be doing these Nerd Nation nerd shit, cartoon, sci-fi, comic heroes, or we'll be talking about nerd shit every 2 weeks. So we'll be back in 2 weeks. But if you have any nerd topics you would like for me to get it out of cover, we will do that. We don't know.
You might want to slow down.
That's what
You're cutting out real
we do
bad.
here. Really? I am? Wow.
At least on my computer. I don't know if you
Sorry.
are for anybody else. If anyone else could let us know. But yeah, no, you were really choppy. I couldn't understand what you were saying.
If I'm cutting out real bad, please let me know. Or let us know that I'm cutting out. So we can get it all together and get it all looking good. Or do you want me to talk about a comic book couple?
I was gonna say we could probably do a comic book couple because I already did Sailor Moon, and I was still on Nazi and Lucy, but I'm kind of done with Nazi and Lucy.
Go ahead.
I mean, it'd be cooler if we had the. It would be cooler if we had the pictures to go with it, but like you said, we're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, but
anyway, my comic book couple I'm gonna come to you with is well, let's go with the classic ones. We're gonna start off with Superman and Lois. Superman and Lois have
I
been
knew that was going to be one of
around
them.
together since. Well, they've been around together since the 30s, man. I mean, this is probably like in comics. She's been fooled for many years by a pair of sunglasses, and she's supposed to be an investigative reporter. So, we'll figure that.
Do
But
they
now
actually end up
apparently she
together?
knows. Yes, they end up together. They're married. Now, TV show that's coming out, Superman and Lois, they have kids.
I was going to say, I want to see their love child. Hopefully he doesn't
They're
end
married
up
with
like
kids. On TV and in comic books,
Homelander.
they are married and they have one kid. So, apparently, reproduced with a human.
I mean, they don't seem that far off with humans. That's kind of like with one of the other couples I picked for tonight, where you have a Sebastian and a human, an alien Sebastian having a kid with a
Well,
human.
I got questions about this because remember the movie? Ever seen the movie
Which movie?
where he's with a woman? Hancock with Will Smith. When he's with a woman,
Mm-hmm.
he's a powered man, and he's with a woman, and there's a scene that sometimes it's cut in some films and it's not cut in others, but he's with a woman and he's about to, ejaculate. Yeah, he's about to ejaculate. He's already done this. Now he's going to get to the fruit of his. He's about to check, but he tells her to move because it's like it's like a superpowered ejaculation that will probably kill her.
Oh God! You know what that makes?
I
me
have the
think
same
of?
problem.
It makes
I
me
have the
think of Dragon Ball Z
same-
Bridge.
I have the same problem with my women, but still, it's going to kill her. so she doesn't get killed. Um, Lois, is it like that? Like,
I
how
didn't
does
know he
she,
was a
you know,
Saiyan.
super? Well, superpowerism. Can he?
Who?
Who
I'm
knows?
just saying, man.
Who knows? I don't know how the conversation got to that on the show, but this
Because of
since you did
Superman and
too, since you
Lois
did
Lane and Lois is a
Superman and
human.
Lois, Superman and Lois, yeah, it's still Superman and Lois, You did two, I'm gonna do two. My next one I'm gonna do is Cyclops and Jean Grey. This is a love for the ages because they keep dying on each other. They kill each other all the time. Either she's dead, or he's dead, or she's dead, or he's dead. Right now in comics, they're together because now they happen to both be alive. She gets her Phoenix Force, and then she's powerful, and she dies. She goes off with Emma Frost, the White Queen, dies. Some virus hits him, and he just drops dead and dies.
You just reminded me of another one of my favorite anime couples with that. I don't know if you've ever seen
no
it,
matter what,
Seven Deadly Sins. But it's similar to
that
the
sounds
relationship
familiar.
that the two mains. It's really good. It's on Netflix. It's like the relationship that the two main characters have. What is it? The one's a reincarnation of a goddess, and she's forever cursed to be reincarnated as a human. And then the other guy, he's the son of the Demon King, and he's actually set to be the next Demon King, the next in line for the throne. And he fell in love with Elizabeth, and they were both cursed by their parents. One was eternal reincarnation, the other one was eternal life. So he can never die, and if he does die, it happens to him all the time. He ends up going to to purgatory, and parts of his emotions get ripped out of him. So his human self, his emotional self, ends up in purgatory at one point fully, and then he's just a shell of who he used to be, back to the way he used to be when he was next in line for the throne of being the Demon King. And then Elizabeth, every time she's reincarnated, if she gets her memories back of the whole war, the Holy War from when they first fell in love with each other 3,000 years ago, when she gets all of her memories back of that, 3 days later, she's destined to die no matter what within 3 days. So he's gone through 170 or 100 and some odd, 180 different Elizabeths. Ones where she never got her memories back and she lived out old age as an old woman a couple times. But most of the time, he's seen his love of his life die in front of his eyes so many times. And he's actually raised her a couple times. That he knew was the reincarnation of her every time she comes across it. And she always falls in love with him.
It's kind of freaky. But and then when she gets of age, does he bone her?
I mean, probably eventually. He always fondles her. Like, first episode is just him fondling the shit out of her all the time. Putting his head up her fucking skirt. Because it's funny. Anime is great. Just saying. You gotta give it a chance. It's a really funny anime. I got my mom to watch it, and she loves it. Everybody I've gotten to watch this anime.
That sounds a little sick.
Do you want to talk about the next couple?
So, the superhero couple?
Yeah, another superhero couple. Since I just did an anime one that correlates with your superhero couple.
Okay. Here's a superhero couple that's been in love also since you first seen them. And Reed Richards, the Fantastic Four. They have been lovers and a married couple for ages.
Wait, is that the stretchy guy from the Fantastic Four?
Mm-hmm.
And the one lady?
Reed Richards. Mr. Fantastic. He stretches all over the place.
Apparently, we're not
And
getting
his
the
wife.
comments, or I'm not
Wow.
getting all the comments. My mom just asked if we were getting the chats.
In the chat. Why would the chats? No, we're
That
not
one looks like
getting the chats, Dion.
YouTube.
Yeah, we're not getting the chats, Dion. I'm sorry. I'm not on Cassie's level of getting things together. So I'm really
I feel like we need a technician.
we're really a technician. I got this. I got this.
If my brother wasn't so busy, I'd probably ask him. I keep hearing my mom message me in my ear.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman are kids, and they're lovers. And times when the Invisible Woman hasn't been so faithful, but it's a woman with you. I'm joking that.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, I completely missed that. I was trying to message.
I know you want to understand. I know you want to understand because I said they've been in love for ages, but there's been times when the Invisible Woman, what can you expect?
Wait, when the Invisible Woman used what?
Hasn't been faithful.
Oh, where she's used her
God.
powers to, you know?
No. She just with other men.
Oh, she just a hoe. I'm just saying.
Wow.
What? They've been married forever, and she's off boinking other people or being,
Well,
not faithful, immoral. She a hoe.
in her defense, she did think he was dead.
For how long? What'd she do? Give it like 2 months?
Something like that, yeah.
That's she a hoe. If she cared, she would have been grief stricken for a year. I'm just saying.
Wow.
At least half a year. At least give the poor dead thought to be a dead man 6 months, not 2. I'm just saying. Especially because when that happens, how long were they together for? Like years already?
Years.
Oh God, she's a bitch. It's all right, Bo. Don't worry about being late. We were late too.
We were late too. Yeah, we were late too.
Late to our
I was
party.
especially late. I was especially late.
I was casually late.
Sue Storm and Reed Richards are a married couple in the Marvel Universe who are lovers. The anime.
I feel bad for the stretchy
Why?
guy from the Fantastic Four because he's got a hoe for a wife.
Well, he's a stretchy guy.
Damn. I'm just saying, if the rest of his body can stretch, there are certain other things he can stretch.
Other things. He can
It's
stretch
like
everything on his body.
The Indian guy who says "Eat Chuck" and then he turns into a giant 50-foot version of himself. You know what I'm talking about? It's like
I know who you're talking about. Apache
that
Chief.
Probably grows with him. That's his name. Thank you.
That's Apache Chief. Yeah, Apache Chief. Yes, that probably goes with him. But
Mom said, if she's only waiting 3 months, she had him in the waiting room. Like she's agreeing. She a hoe.
Well, in another reality, she slept with Dr. Doom, and then And in the real reality, when she thought Reed was dead, she slept.
So is she not
She was
faithful
with a fish
in
guy.
all the multiverses or just some of the multiverses?
And as soon as the fence, she is hot. For Archie.
Yeah. Yeah, but your wife also has superpowers. He said, as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather have a hoe for a wife and superpowers than just a hoe for a wife and no superpowers. Yeah, I could get behind that. That's funny. Just saying. Kind of agree. She's still a hoe, though.
Time.
Sorry. I like me my faithful people.
It's the first time I've ever heard anybody refer to Storm as a hoe.
You're welcome. Sorry. I think it's pretty funny. I mean, to me, for my standards, she a hoe. I wouldn't touch it if I had a dick.
But she is the most powerful Fantastic Four.
Hey, she can be the most powerful, still don't give you the right to be a hoe. Like Homelander. Don't give you the right to be a dick.
Yeah, Homelander. Homelander's
Just saying.
another animal altogether. Homelander's something different altogether.
I'm just saying, I really loved to hate the Nazi bitch that he was with.
But you know, if the shoe fits. But no,
See, at least she wasn't a hoe, though. She waited all them years after her husband died to get with Homelander.
Well, she was kind of hot, too. I don't blame Homelander for wanting to hit. I would hit the Nazi bitch.
I don't know. I have a feeling that girl, Stormfront, could totally kick the Invisible Ladies from the Fantastic Four's ass.
No. You can be the Invisible Woman.
She's impervious to electricity.
Yeah, well, she's got one thing that she can do to anybody, and all she can do is put a field. Oh, that's too much. She can put a field around your head. She can put a field around your head to suffocate you.
Uh-huh. Something tells me that would turn Stormfront on, though. She'd probably get off on me.
Well,
she was getting off on what's his
Homelander's fault entirely. Wait a minute, Bo. What are you talking about? Not Homelander's
It's the way he was raised. He's talking about the way he is.
Because of the way he was raised?
Yeah, well, I mean, he was raised like a lab rat.
I know. Bullshit. If you're a good person, then it doesn't matter how you were raised, you will do good things.
I don't know. Like Bo said, he was brainwashed from birth.
Well, but so were a lot of other ones. So was Starlight.
She wasn't really brainwashed from birth. She was just lied to and always thought that she was naturally born that way. Because she was a good person. She also had her mom to raise her, unlike Homelander. Homelander had no parents to raise him. Just science. No nerds in lab coats. You know what I mean? See?
I see what you're saying, Bo.
Yeah.
But the object of the whole conversation is whether the Nazi bitch was doable or not.
Obviously she was, man. They got it in the air and everything on the walls after killing some dude. You know, that's...
Well, Sexy bitch was hot.
I mean, that was the only person that Homelander truly fell in love with, in a sense, if you think about it, that could handle him. Unlike the other lady, he had a mother complex thing going on with her, like a Oedipus Rex thing, without her being his biological mom.
Yeah.
Just saying. Dude,
Yeah, he had a
but anyway.
He had a weird mother thing going on.
Like I said, an Oedipus Rexy thing, even though it wasn't. The
Bo's like
Stormfront
she
chick?
doesn't. Bo says she doesn't do it for Bo. I am 54 years old. I can tell it. It does something for me. Anyway,
I'm gonna keep my
move right
comments
along.
to myself.
But anyway, moving on.
Oh yay, my mom's here finally.
Dion, I watched. By the way, Dion, I'm talking about the other master every Saturday night. Kathy can explain. I got all wrapped of shit on the podcast. I've never seen Princess Bride.
That should have been one of our
Full screen just
thingies,
froze
but
on
they're, neither of them are. No, I froze myself. I froze myself when I heard those words. Never seen The Princess Bride. Never. Never.
Until today, I watched it today.
It's great, right? When they do the part with the poison.
Okay, well, I watched a movie I've never seen, and my sister had watched a movie, and then Saturday we're going to talk about those. So she's never seen The Fast and the Furious. So she watched The Fast and the Furious. She's not watched The Fast and the Furious. I never
Did she
seen the
like
Princess.
its gay undertones?
What gay undertones?
It's all right.
Fast and Furious?
There's plenty.
Dion asked whether I liked it or not, and to find an answer out, I have to watch the podcast next Saturday night. The Princess Bride and I seen it today. I watched it, and you have to.
Damn it. See, I'll ask you if
I'm
you
not
would
giving
watch it
anything away
again.
until next Saturday. I have a straight face on whether I liked it, whether I watch it again. I have a straight face about it tonight. And,
Something tells me
going
that the
to,
comedy in that you like it, but we should probably continue
something
with
tells
what we're
you?
actually talking about. Yeah, it's
Okay.
a great ass movie. It's funny as shit. The best character in there is that dude who's always with Andre the Giant. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Now prepare to die. I love that guy.
Yeah, I'm prepared to die.
Yeah, no, the one looking
Kill
for
my
the
father,
six-fingered
Dr.
man all
Kill
the
my
time.
father. The 6-fingered man. Yeah, and then you because I'm not looking
Yeah.
at it. Oh, but I know something you don't know. What?
But you are cutting in and out a bit. Just to let you know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut it.
Nah, you're good. It's just like we can't
Yeah,
help
my
the
Wi-Fi-
Wi-Fi situation.
Yeah, Bo, thank you very much. I'm having trouble with my computer. As soon as we're done this, I'm shutting my computer totally off. And I'm going to read some comic books and drink as much as possible. Anyway,
Who's Mandy who?
what
Oh,
Mandy-
you're talking
Mandy-
about the movie still. We're
yeah,
I
yeah,
think she's
we're
talking about Princess Bride still.
I don't want to give it whether I liked it or not until you have to watch Kathy Pop Culture on either YouTube or Facebook next whether I liked The Princess Bride or not. Whose turn is it come up with?
I mean, I can talk about that one from Far Escape, the TV show that they used to have on Sci-Fi Channel. I used to love that show,
I've never
watching
seen
it with my
Farscape.
mom. You should give it a chance.
Seen
Like if you
Farscape.
like those.
Tell me about it.
Oh man, it's great. This guy, his name's John Crichton. He's from Earth. He was in a space project, and he ended up getting, sucked down a wormhole through a freak accident. Like he ends up coming, encounters a wormhole, gets sucked down it, and thrown into a different part of space. And the part of space that he gets thrown into, he ends up getting picked up by a Sebastian ship. Now, at first glance, Sebastians look identical to the human people, but they're actually not. When it comes to heat temperatures, Sebastians actually need cold. Like they love the cold, they thrive in it, versus overheated temperatures. It actually causes them to go into the sweats. They almost get like a fever. Eventually their brain starts melting down and they get this thing called the madness, and which eventually makes them go into cardiac arrest. But he ends up on a completely different alien ship, picked up by these Sebastians, and that's where he meets Aaron Sun, who later on becomes his love interest throughout the whole entire show. And throughout the whole show, he meets all these different types of aliens. Like I showed you Zan, right? The plant-based female with the beautiful blue paint job all over. She's still considered one of the most gorgeous, like painted alien characters ever of all time. She's got a gorgeous paint job. Like a car, but either way, he meets her. He meets this alien that's actually a Jim Henson puppet, and his name's Rigel, and he's apparently, throughout the whole thing, he says he is royalty, and you don't really find out until later that he's actually telling the truth, but the whole time you question, like, nah, man, you ain't royalty. The way you conduct yourself, you ain't royalty. Yeah, the whole time.
You ain't got to try to impress us, man. You ain't royalty.
Oh, it's great. But like, the old type of, how would I put it, sci-fi shows that you would watch, like Hercules and Xena and The Seeker and things like that. How it has those types of, effects in it. That's the type of effects it has with a little bit of CGI for its time. The CGI was great. You know what I mean? Like the alien ship, which you find out that the ship that they end up getting later on, this whole weird hodgepodge alien crew made up of Aaron Sun, John Crichton, Rigel, Zan, Dargo, who's a Luxon. He's a really cool alien. I showed you him. I told you he's got that whip tongue that paralyzes people. When he uses it, it just comes out like a fucking frog or a toad's tongue and just paralyzes someone. If he smacks him in the neck, he always hits his target. But yeah, that was about the time they started to suck. Yeah, those shows. But Far Escape is one of those shows that doesn't actually suck. It's pretty good. Pretty good show. Wait, who's a dick? Who's a dick about it? Dargo? Or I'm so confused now. I think we're brought up in 20,000s. Sucks.
Now I gotta watch what you Farscape, Bo? Because I've never seen Farscape either.
Oh, Rigel? Yeah, Rigel's a dick.
I'm on streaming channels.
I think they might have it through Amazon, or it might be what is it? Not Hulu. I was watching it at my boyfriend's house. It's either Amazon or what's that other one that he uses all the time? It's not Netflix. I don't think it's on Netflix.
Hulu?
It might be Hulu, but I don't think we were using Hulu because that has commercials usually, unless you pay for not having the commercials. But you can try Hulu.
I have it. I paid for that. I have it on TV shows.
I know there's Hulu what is it? The other one, Amazon, and there's another main one for watching like main TV shows like that or old TV series that I can't think of if you might know it.
If you have a good VPN, it's even for free.
Mom, he knows that. I tell him that all the time.
Notice.
He'd rather support
But
people, which is a better thing to do.
yeah, I don't have to support people because I want somebody to support me. Speaking of which, make sure you catch our Nerd Nation podcast. We're going to be doing this once every 2 weeks. So we'll be back in 2 weeks with another topic. I don't know what it is. Megan doesn't know what it is, but you'll find out when we actually do the show in 2 weeks from today, 8 o'clock on Sunday night. So that's how we're working it. Man, thank you for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us. Me and Megan are going. We have not been diligent posting on the Nerd Nation podcast site, but we both promise to be more diligent.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. I'm sorry.
I need to start networking more on it and throwing things up on it.
Yeah. So I'm promising every fucking thing I can. So, but no, seriously, we are going to try to post more on the Nerd Nation podcast site, and we'll be back in 2 weeks to do another podcast for you. We'll have another couple that is very classic that everybody knows of, a comic book couple, which is Spider-Man and Mary Jane Parker. Let me see if this will work. I don't know if it'll work, but I'll try it. No, I'm not going to try it. Spider-Man and Mary Jane, because I'm so scared my computer's going to mess up because I'm already cutting up. Spider-Man and Mary Jane are like first Spider-Man.
You're cutting
Before
out
she
real
died,
bad.
really? Okay. Spider-Man Parker was with Gwen Stacy first, but she died. And before she died, she hooked up with Spider-Man's villain and had a baby. So yeah, she's the hoe too.
Yep.
But in the event, he meets Mary Jane, which happens to be the love of his life, who he marries. I don't know what this that I don't read Spider-Man right now. So as I know, I think they're together. I don't know whether they're married or not, but and the marriage got annulled by the devil. And what Spider-Man and Mary Jane is the relationship used in most of the movies. One movie they used Gwen Stacy, but in the first movie and in the last movie they used Mary Jane as a love interest for Peter. So that is a very classic couple. Give me another anime couple, Megan.
Another anime couple. You know who I was literally just thinking about? I was literally just thinking about Inuyasha and Kagome. How they had a love triangle. It was originally Kikyo and Inuyasha, but they never actually did anything together. They fell in love, and in the feudal era, Kikyo ends up dying. There's this whole tragic thing where Naraku disguises himself as both Inuyasha and Kikyo and goes to both of them and attacks them as their lover and pits them against one another in the feudal era. And Kikyo, she pins Inuyasha to the tree with a sacred arrow because she's a priestess and she has sacred powers of like dispelling demons. She can seal demons. She's one of the strongest priestess of, throughout history. Her soul's constantly reincarnated as a very strong priestess every time she dies. So her next incarnation is a girl named Kagome from this era, when the anime came out in like 2000s. It was like, what was it, 2010, 2009 or something like that. But when the anime, it might have been when the manga series came out, actually. But when the anime came out, you end up seeing these two lovers. They meet each other again, but she doesn't know anything from her past life. She's always constantly getting called Kikyo when her name is Kagome in the very beginning of the anime. And I bet you that's annoying as shit because I hate it when someone else calls me someone else. But anyway, so Inuyasha meets Kagome because she ends up getting pulled back into the feudal era because she was reincarnated with the Shikon Jewel, the Jewel of Four Souls. And that was what Naraku was after. Inuyasha was once after it too, but then he fell in love with Kagome, or Kikyo, her previous version of herself. Fell in love with Kikyo and no longer wanted it. He wanted to find a way to use it to become human. And he ends up meeting the new version of his dead lover, and she even smells like Kikyo, but she doesn't act or quite look like Kikyo 100%, but she still, to him, looks like Kikyo. And he ends up falling in love with her slowly throughout the anime series. And in the new anime series, you find out they had a child together, and her name is Moroha. And she's pretty badass. She's just like her mom and her dad. Like, she's a quarter demon, but she also has the same priestess powers as her mom, like very similar ones. They're not exactly the same. They're not as strong, but she's for someone to have the demon and also priestess energy inside of them is a new thing in the Inuyasha world. Like, it's never been done before. She's a very special demon.
Megan, now
Love child.
I want to the anime expert on my show, and I have another good friend who has a question here. Are we not going to talk about sees his not dead yet ex as
Well, Kikyo did fully die. Kikyo fully died. She was actually burned at a pyre with the Shikon Jewel, so that way the jewel would disappear from existence, hopefully. But it actually didn't, and got reincarnated into her next incarnation's body, which was Kagome. Because in the first episode, you see it get ripped out of her. But
is he
Kikyo comes back to life and tries to seal her soul back from Kagome in like the second or third episode, maybe the fourth. But in one of those episodes, there's this bone woman who digs up all these bones, mixes them with clay and herbs, and steals Kagome, puts her in this bath with these herbs, and she's paralyzed in the bath. And as soon as Inuyasha comes to save her, and he says Kikyo's name, not Kagome's, but he ends up saying Kikyo's name, her soul is ripped forward from her because she was trying to keep her soul in. You could see it. She had it in this little ball, and then all of a sudden it just rips and bursts forward out of her and goes back into Kikyo. And she only had a small fragment of her soul still left inside her, which kept her alive. But Kagome had to steal her soul back from Kikyo. And then throughout the whole anime series, Kikyo is actually stealing souls of the dead, wandering souls, to keep herself alive long enough. And then she ends up helping Kagome and Inuyasha later on a few times with the fight with Naraku, especially Kagome. She ends up training her in a sense,
wait a minute.
taking her through this journey.
I'm stuck on one thing. She came back to life in another body, and he called, instead of calling the new bitch by her name, he called her by the old bitch.
He called her by her previous incarnation, Kikyo, and that's what ripped her soul out of her chest.
So now that she did that, now
because he saw Kikyo right there, standing right there, so it was easy for him to say Kikyo's name.
The new one is standing there like Kagami standing there like all this, and you're gonna call me by, and she explodes.
Well, but the whole time while she's trying to keep her soul in, she's like, "Don't say my name" inside of herself, and I'm pretty sure it was more or less supposed to be the soul inside of her saying, "Don't say my name," as in like, "Don't say Kikyo's name," You know what I mean? But he ended up saying Kikyo's name because he saw her, clay body, her fake body, standing right there. Because it's not really Kikyo because she was burned at a pyre. You know what I mean? And she was reincarnated.
Your mother's trying to educate me. I was like, Kelly, it's not like calling out your ex while you're having sex. Oh, well.
Mom.
I've never done that. I've never done that. But thanks for, putting that perspective for me. I might have to break down and watch anime.
There are several good ones you can watch, man.
No.
But she is right, though. Inuyasha is very toxic as fuck to Kagome throughout a good portion of the series.
So he is toxic. What I want to know is...
Toxic as fuck.
Okay, well, what I want to know is, what is the name of this anime?
Inuyasha.
Okay, I want to see the anime where a guy gets away with calling one woman another woman's name. I just want to see that.
Oh, he kind of doesn't really get away with it. I mean, there's this sacred necklace he has around his neck that he got in the first episode, that Kikyo's little sister, who's now 50 years old and an old lady because she didn't die, but she's like this fucking old maverick. She never dies. She's still alive in the current anime, I think, which is kind of funny. Or she might have finally died. But I think I saw her within the first couple episodes. Lady Kaede. Mom's right. That's the word. Sit boy.
Okay.
As soon as she said the words, that was the seal, like the word that sealed the binding, the sacred necklace around him. And it makes him like smack down to the earth with such gravitational force. Like sometimes his eyes will bug out of his head. It's just funny. I love that.
Now, we're almost to the close. But just to let everybody know, this is Nerd Nation podcast. Nerd shit all the time. We'll take suggestions on what you want us to talk about, and everything else on that. But I'm sorry. Here you go. So anyway, podcast, and what's the heck? See, this is what I'm talking about. Today, this is Nerd Nation podcast. And hold on a second. So it exists the anime, but it always sucks.
What?
Okay. I don't know what you mean by regarding Zero. It always sucks to see. Anyway, here in the Nation podcast, join us. We'll be back in 2 weeks. We still have a little bit more to go because I have to do another comic book couple. But thanks for joining us. We love your participation. Tell people about our podcast, about our website. Also, we write articles for ObsidianNomad.com. So check out the newest article on ObsidianNomad.com. And so, and we got a hi from Cassie. Hey Cassie, how you doing? So, but okay, do me a favor, Melzy, explain what you mean by this comment, because ducks and wood trope. What I say?
Yeah, I've been trying to understand that comment, and I'm kind of feeling like, if you ever watch anime, that little bug that zips around and leaves a little dotted line, that's how my brain feels right now. I just can't compute.
I have to see what Unashi is because I want to. It sounds interesting. Inuyasha. I want to see what Inuyasha check this out.
They actually do have that on Netflix.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, they have Netflix. They have the movies.
Mm-hmm.
There are several movies. My favorite one is Swords of an Honorable Ruler.
Well, I want to start from the beginning.
Well, that's like the third movie. The first movie, I think, is Affections Touching Across Time, and the second movie is Castle Beyond the Looking Glass, I think. And then Swords of an Honorable Ruler, Fire on the Mystic Island. I think there might be one more after that. Or I think Fire on the Mystic Island might be the last one.
Hold on a second. I think she's talking about men and not getting shit for it. I could be wrong.
Oh, she said, don't post this. Your voice is going in and out. Yeah, it's been doing that the whole time.
I never have computer problems today, Kathy. I can't fix it, but once this is over, I'm going to fix it. I apologize for everybody. Regarding Zero, it's in.
Oh, but is that anything like Tenchi Muyo? Because I would probably watch that. He would probably like Tenchi Muyo. Ryoko would be his shit.
The guy being able to get away with comparing love interest, LOL. Was that Isekai?
Isekai, I think.
Well, what do you think I would like? What anime I would like? Because I never you and research and some other stuff that there were different types of anime.
There are so many different genres and types of anime. I think what she's talking about is similar to ecchi, though. Or it might be a little less ecchi. I'm not sure. But I'm going to have to check that out myself now. Because if it's anything like Tenchi Muyo, I'll watch it. Because I love that anime. And he's got all kinds of love interests around him throughout the whole series. There's alien boobies everywhere. And great anime, I'm just saying. Ryoko would probably be your favorite. She's my favorite. Because she's got sass. Her and Mihoshi. Love me some Mihoshi.
Okay, now couple. Our next couple is my last couple. I saved one of my favorite superheroes for last. And then Batman and Catwoman.
Knew it was coming.
Well, Batman? Batman
Yes.
and Catwoman, man. So they had a very controversial where about 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, where Batwoman, a few years ago, Batwoman and Batman and Cat in the comic book, they see on the rooftop on the first issue. Like she came up on him and started seducing him. At the beginning of the book, Batman and Catwoman are doing the nasty on the rooftop.
Oh,
so,
man, Batman.
Batman is doing the nasty on the rooftop. It was kind of like with Bill Clinton when he was in office getting that blowjob. I'm really not mad at Batman about this.
Sorry.
Like the whole part about men being in power is to being able to get away with shit.
No, I get that. All I can think of is Homelander jacking it on top of a skyscraper.
Oh my god.
That's what you reminded me of.
You know
See,
what?
I was trying to keep my comments out of it.
See, there's one scene in The Boys that really freaked me out, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing?
He's yanking it on a skyscraper.
Shaking it.
Oh man, the shit he says to himself the whole time while he's doing it made it even more funny for me. He's stroking his ego while he's stroking his dick.
What? You see him doing something? He's doing something like, wait a minute, it jerked off. And you're like, what the a total weird term for me. Hold on a second. Okay, let me get some of these comments in here. The contact, let's say comment.
Oh, I love that anime. The time I got reincarnated as a slime.
There can be.
Yeah, the boys should actually.
That time I got reincarnated in slime. Right? You get a lot of comments here. Mick, that was part of the.
That would be another one you'd probably like. How he calls his bike Dolahan. Let's ride, Dolahan.
Okay,
It's a bicycle.
It's a really creepy scene, but it showed his mental illness. Yes, it did. Yes, that was a creepy scene.
Hi, Katie.
I really did like this. Hey, Katie, how you doing? Katie, I was just talking about Batman.
Yeah, you missed it.
Remember you like Batman?
Well, we're still kind of on
but
Batman.
I'm going to talk about. Yeah, we're still kind of on it.
But just to answer
we're blowing this comment section up. Yes, you guys.
Question,
you guys
the Boys is coming back.
What?
The Boys is supposed to be coming back for season 3 at some point this year, maybe at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. But I know they were supposedly started filming in February for season 3. Because I've been trying to keep track on that at least. Because I really like that show. Oh, she's waiting for you to talk about Batman.
Better late than never. Let me see. What do we say? I'm looking at the comments, guys. You got. But if it means I got to talk about Batman, I'm going to talk about Batman. So,
sorry, she's being silly now. You know the movie Robots with what's his name? Rob Williams, where he played the red robot, and he's like, "Give me big eyes, big anime eyes." We do that to each other all the time. Oh, it's funny.
I like the movie the way that all the robots end with a. That's
when they all get together for that flash mob.
Yeah, all of a sudden all these robots do it, and it's just like But in any event, my last couple I was going to talk about was Batman and Catwoman, and I was talking about them on the roof in a comic book. Batman and Catwoman have been together for ages. On one version of Batman and Catwoman, they made a baby together, and that baby ended up being a superhero named the Huntress. When they did the TV show, Birds of Prey, years back, the Huntress in that show was a daughter of Batman and Catwoman. However, this was Batman and Catwoman really have no superpowers, but
you're cutting out really, really bad. Yeah, the last thing I heard was it has no superpowers.
Okay. Had superpowers, but the daughter in the TV show had superpowers. Yeah, like cat-like powers. So, like Batman, but first Nemesis was Cat was the villain, and Batman was the good guy, or I know my audio's cutting out. Katie, I'm trying to fix that. Anyway, they started off as enemies, and then they became friends, and then she became entitled to his secrets and knew everything about Batman.
Sorry, I was looking at that.
Just to derail the Batman talk, did you watch the anime Game Okay, I'm
Probably
my
gonna
couple
yell at me
about
because I
Batman.
haven't seen that yet.
What
Sorry.
is King's Game? Is that
It's one of the
something?
animes on the watch list. Like I could pull up a small thing of it. How would I put that? Subbed anime. Subbed anime.
I think you have
I mean, for now, you can continue to talk about Batman, and we can go back to that in a second because I'll pull up a thing of it for you so I can explain it.
Bo. I think it's either my Wi-Fi or my computer. I'm gonna have to go to my general settings, and I'm gonna have to run a scan on my computer and my scans to check it because it's been ever since I sat down and started working on my computer tonight after I just slept on a day with my kids and whatnot. But after I started working on it tonight, it started acting funny because it kind of said like, "Hey, Kenny, you have a life and you want to do and you want to like do some other stuff, but you know what? Fate is not in your corner on this Sunday, so no, you can't do anything you want to do." So my computer's acting up. So I think the Wi-Fi is fine because everything else is working good as far as Wi-Fi with the TV and everything else. So I'm going to have to, we're done. I'm going to restart my computer. So, but thank you both. Thank you very much. Let me see. We got some other comments here.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this on favorites. I'm watching that later.
This is the anime they made a horror film from. Everyone gets a text, dies or something. Is that what she's saying? Is that what that is?
That's.
I guess
you're talking about the live version of it. Yeah, she's talking about King's Game because I just read the little thing. That's one of the things that I haven't actually watched yet because when it came out, I had no computer or nothing to actually watch it on. So yeah, that's one of the few animes that came out.
On par. She says very on par with Battle Royale. Well,
another way to kind of put it is like high school Hunger Games. In a sense.
Of course, you're talking about Batman and Death Note and no, and that's it.
Aw.
But no, that's it.
Katie, she's upset. She wanted to hear you talk about Batman.
No, Katie, if you I will video chat about Batman for as much as you want. I talk about Batman all day and all night. Let me tell you, I'm a big Batman. As a matter of fact, I have my Sunday Batman underwear on.
I'm sorry about the anime talk. That's what she calls anime. Boo boo stab talk.
What is boo boo stab talk?
That's anime in Katie's terms. Because it's all boobs and stabbing and a bunch of talking and fighting.
I'm like
Katie.
You got a new Uncle Kenny. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I'm your new Uncle Kenny, and anytime you want to talk about Batman, I am all for it. We got to start Batman eccentric podcast, like a podcast all about Batman, like a show all about Batman.
That's you.
Because you know what, you can talk. Because you got Batman, you can talk about his different psychological problems, and then you can talk about his sidekicks and all this, and you can talk about his dependency issues.
Apparently, both thought her comment was funny.
Because
it's pretty on par with what anime is.
Yeah, when you talk about back, yeah, well, boo boo stab stab, booze boob stab. Yeah, they do that, don't they?
There's boobs flopping around everywhere. Some stabs, maybe a couple gun pops. You know, like depends on the anime.
Depends on- Yeah, I watched the first. I think it was
You're
My
cutting out
Hero
real bad.
Academia.
Oh,
I'm
really?
sorry. I watched. Yeah, I watched the first 6 episodes of.
I'd probably use it to kill Kenny's Wi-Fi right now.
I know.
Tell
I'm
me who
so
your
sorry.
Wi-Fi distributor is so I can put them in a Death Note book. Oh, that's funny. I'm
Now,
sorry.
now, let me ask you, sci-fi people, a question. I know there was a live action Death Note made, correct?
The live action Death Note, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people
So which
like the
one
way
is
that the Shikigami was in that, but I still didn't quite. It was one of the better ones when it comes to live action animes, but again, it's still not one that I like. Not at all.
My Hero Macadamia Nuts? I like that. I like that.
Yeah, there's a live action Death Note movie. I don't know. I don't think she knows about it, but there is a live action Death Note movie. They have it on Netflix as a Netflix original.
The live action, Melzy's saying it's not real.
It's not canonical to the manga series or the anime at all. Anything that happens in that movie is pretty non-canonical. There is a good bit of what happens in there, but again, it was a movie that they made to, boost sales again for the anime and bring people in that don't actually watch the anime.
So what's better, the live action or the
Anime itself. The manga is usually better than the anime, depending. Sometimes you end up falling in love with the weird, twisted versions of the animes that people come out with, like the what is it? Yeah, that's like the live action Dragon Ball Z. I don't want to talk about that either because I love DBZ. And all the live actions of that were shitty.
Matter of fact, I was just talking about the live action Dragon Ball Z with my son earlier today. He made a comment about, it was this weekend at some point, he's made a comment about, yeah, don't watch that one. Don't watch that one.
Don't even watch the live action Avatar The Last Airbender that M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong came up with because it's just shit. Sorry. Like, I love that anime. Like, this cartoon itself, the whole series. You can call it an anime, you can call it a cartoon. A lot of people try to call it an anime. I'm pretty sure it's a cartoon that was made by Nickelodeon that was based on a Chinese book series. But anyway, Avatar The Last Airbender, the version that M. Night Shyamalan came up with, like, the firebenders had to have a source of fire in order to firebend, which is a load of bullshit. That pissed me off severely. And a lot of the way that they twisted Aang, he's supposed to be a fun-loving, peaceful, doesn't want to hurt anybody monk, and they made him this aggressive, like, I guess, one of the ones that would have been trained for years to fight monk, rather than the fun-loving, peaceful, airbending monk that he was trained to be, which is flighty and free, not serious and stone-faced like a firebender. I don't know about One Piece. Maybe not for Kenny. I don't know about One Piece
Really?
on that one. I got.
Really?
Well, it depends. I personally don't like that anime that much when they killed off the only careable character for me. The only character I cared about ends up dying like 300 episodes in or so, and then I get pissed and stop watching it. And it's got like 1,000 episodes. You'll be there forever. A good entry level anime is probably something a little shorter for him to like grasp the storyline quickly, because I don't even think they know how to end One Piece anymore. It just
Wait,
keeps
wait, wait,
going.
wait, 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 wait. You guys act like you between you and
I
Melzy.
told him to watch Attack on Titan. He would love that.
You guys acting like I'm just stupid, and you're mistaking stupid for old. I can grasp concepts. Like I'm not
No,
that
the
old that
thing
I can't
is
grasp the concept.
you can grasp the concept, but when you get to a certain point in One Piece, oh, it is just 931 episodes. Yeah, it's still incomplete. They're probably going to end up with over 1,000 episodes for that anime. Like I said, I don't think they know how to end the manga series, which means they're not going to end the anime. Plus, if people keep reading it, why end something that good? Look at The Simpsons. People still watch it. Just saying. I don't know. I think probably a good anime for you to start with would probably be some of the ones we've already talked about tonight. Like, obviously not Sailor Moon, not for you, but like, Inuyasha would be a good one. What came first?
What came
The
first?
comic book or the anime?
Anime. The comic books came first for anime.
I think Mom meant to say what came first, the manga book or the anime. And I'm pretty sure mangas came before animes. Beside Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood would be good for Kenny. It's neat, it's complete, it has action scenes, and there are she's not wrong. That is a great anime for you to start off with. Either the Brotherhood. I love both. The Brotherhood's more serious and canonical with what happens in the manga series that they have for it. Full Metal Alchemist, the original series, it has a lot of filler episodes. It has a lot of non-canon things that happen throughout it, but it's also a great watch because it's funny. It's a little less serious.
On that, I'm what's that? Full Metal Alchemist. I'm Brotherhood. I'm gonna look that up and try that because you're like my niece and Melzy's like my work niece. So I'm gonna take your both suggestions on this. I still can't get Melzy to try at work. I still can't get Melzy to try my
he
tuna
tried
fish and
Dragon
pork
Ball
and
Z
bean.
before.
I can't.
I don't think Kenny's a 3 to 6 episode fight scene person. Yeah, it is. Unless they took it off, but I'm pretty sure you're right on that. Did I freeze? Did you freeze, Kenny? Oh? Oh? I think I froze? Maybe? Why would you give her what? Yeah, Kenny like super froze. Oh god, it's just me. He left. I think I think he might have gotten kicked off his internet. Is that anything like hell freezing over? No. No, I don't think so. I don't think Kenny's like hell. I mean the technology's been like hell for us today. Tuna and pork and beans. What? Is that I still see / hear Megan Kenny was saying he could get me to try his. Oh no, I'm good. No, nope. Sorry, I don't want to eat that concoction. I'm sorry. That's his favorite work lunch for why though? Tune Talk with Megan. That's cute. I wish I could actually move these. He might still be there if the comments are changing. Or no, they're just popping up. Damn. I hope he comes back and reads these comments. Because that's just hilarious. Oh, good. Good, good. That's funny. I don't know. He was originally supposed to talk about another comic book character couple, and I don't know, another comic book character couple. Oh, he's here. He's here. Your camera just stopped working? Is that what happened? No, he said he's here. So he can hear me. He's yeah, it's almost like a scary movie reading these comments. Like they're here. But I don't know. I guess I could talk about for another anime couple, or I don't know if we should wrap this up. You know a bunch of what? I'm confused by that comment. I'm sorry. Oh, that's what I thought, that either your internet cut out and kicked you off or something. Um, I mean, he was supposed to finish it up with another comic book character couple, but I mean, I guess I can talk about another anime couple that I know, which would probably another well-known anime couple that's mainstream would probably have to be Kirito and Asuna from Sword Art Online, and their love story is pretty interesting because they end up falling in love in a video game where they're being held captive with a whole bunch of other characters in the game. Everybody ends up getting stuck in this game to where they can't log out, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. Um, it's very much similar to an anime that I used to watch before it ever came out, which is Dot Hack, which only one character mainly gets stuck in the game, and a few different characters, you find out through reading the different anime series, actually a few different characters are stuck within the game and go into comas, like a lot of the things that happen in Sword Art. Except for there's not as much death in that anime. There's more death in this anime. Rin, yeah, Rin. Oh my god, I'm sorry, you guys started talking about that. But Katie brought up who's Lord Sesshomaru's baby mom, and Melzy says Rin, and it actually is Rin. They have two daughters that are twins together, and they're within the new Inuyasha series, which isn't called Inuyasha anymore. It's Princess Half Demon. If you watch it in English, I think it's like I don't remember it offhand. I know it starts with an H, but it's like Hanuno Yashime in Japanese, something like that. But anyway, uh, well, anyway, yeah, that I guess is the last comic book or anime couple that we can bring up was Lord Sesshomaru and Rin. They end up having two daughters, and their daughters are pretty kick-ass. You should check out the new anime. It's pretty dope. A good portion of it is already dubbed, but yeah, Yashahime. I like her name though. Their daughter, like Inuyasha and Sesshomaru, or Inuyasha and Sesshomaru's daughters in that series. I like their names. How you have Setsuna and her sister. Can't really think of her name right now, but you have their cousin Moroha, which is Inuyasha and Kagome's daughter. I really just like Setsuna though a lot because she kind of reminds me of Sango. But anyway, I guess tune in. I guess 2 weeks from now. I don't know what our topic is. He doesn't know what our topic is. Hopefully, we'll have all of the technical difficulties figured out. I mean, it was great talking anime with you guys. I think we talked more anime than couples. But I hope y'all have a good night. Oh, he's back.
Might skip song though.
It was going to be hard to wrap it up without you. I don't
You
know
know,
how to do that.
am I still glitching?
Talk a little bit.
Am I still glitching? Am I a little better now? Am I still glitching?
Yeah,
Now-
you're still glitching,
Still glitching.
but not as bad.
Okay, well, Katie says no.
I
My niece
love
no.
you guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. So we're way over an hour anyway. But
Yeah.
that's because I've been having like old Asian movies. Oh, okay.
Oh. And then the only word you said was feet.
Stop.
That's
Oh
funny.
man. Mouth moves sound later. Okay, well, I'll get this fixed. But so I can get this fixed for next week. Uh wrap it up. So yeah, no, I'm just weird.
Godzilla. Yeah, Godzilla's love interest is Mothra. According to the new Godzilla movies, they have a symbiotic relationship. The king of monsters and the queen of monsters. Hi, Mom.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So with the you talking about the new one with
yeah, the one that leads up
Godzilla,
to the King Kong.
Yeah,
one.
Godzilla, King Kong, Mothra, everybody.
Yeah, the one before that. With Ghidorah and
they are protecting the world of the, whatever, and they are the, okay. Anyway, we'll talk about it one day soon. But in any event, we're going to wrap things up because we've been on for close to an hour and a half. I've been on for the hour of that, and Megan's been on for the whole hour and a half.
yeah.
So we're going to wrap up. Join us in 2 weeks as we talk about something nerdish, which we will let you know like in a week on what we're going to talk about the next week, which is going to be very nerdish. And if you have any topics that you would like for us to talk about, no, I'm not hardwired, Dion. If you talk about something that you would like, if there's something like about anime, comic books, sci-fi movies, anything, you let Megan and I know, and we will definitely come to you with it. Because, but anyway, yeah, so let us know what you'd like to hear us talk about. This is the Nerd Nation podcast. I'm Kenny. That's Megan. We like to come to you once every 2 weeks to hold on a second, wait a minute. Iron Man and Batman are the same character with different.
What she means is they're very similar because, yeah, they basically are. I mean, he's a millionaire with gadgets, a super suit that he built himself with his millions, and all kinds of stuff that he's got thanks to his millions, but they conduct themselves slightly differently than each other.
Well,
Batman's a brooder.
Yeah, but
Iron Man's at least happy.
But Iron Man's an alcoholic though.
Fake happy. Yeah.
My is an alcoholic, and Bruce Wayne is not. I would rather be Tim Burton films and superhero raised to Pokemon. So you. Iron Man is Batman with friends. Call. Oh, you know what? Batman is the greatest hero ever. Batman is the greatest hero ever, hands down, over everybody, and can beat the snot out of Iron Man. Make me mad, Mel.
I don't know. I feel like if we had that conversation, it would mostly be you guys arguing over the comments. Who's better? For what reason?
We can't have Tony Stark versus Batman debate. And
I agree with my brother.
Tony is my dude. What, your brother? I don't see your brother's comment.
My mom said Goku would still win, says the voice behind me, which I know that voice of reason is my brother Christopher.
Okay. Well, Batman. Tony is my dude.
I'm pretty sure Goku would super bitch slap Batman literally hard enough to make him rotate around the world like Superman did and turn back time. Just with one of these.
There's nobody in comic history that could pump Batman.
Which is a good thing. Goku's not a comic book character; he's a manga character.
That's X-Men next episode.
Batman's sober.
Yeah, at least that's sober. Whereas Tony Stark is drunk.
Oh, damn.
Let me see. I will play devil's advocate. Here, Iron Man attacks aliens and protects Earth. Batman beats up homeless people and drug dealers. Batman, he simply cannot handle aliens. You know what? Okay, we're taking that comment off.
Because it's funny. It's funny because it's true, though. You ain't wrong.
I heard he was hitting the kick dip. You know what? Apparently, well, I'm taking that comment off of this. Okay, we have a lot of Batman haters. I don't think
they're haters. I just think they know who the stronger fighter is. Because you know what? I would probably give it to Iron Man that he would put up a better fight than Batman would to Goku. Because he's right. Goku is an alien. 100% saying.
So in 2 weeks, here's what we're going to do. Here's the podcast we're going to do. 2 weeks, I will represent Batman. Megan and whoever else to help her out can represent Iron Man. And it will tell you why Batman is hero than Iron Man. Hands down, no contest.
Pick whatever versions of Iron Man I want. Because you know there's more than one version of Iron Man. He's got different suits.
Whatever you pick, Iron Man is nowhere the hero that Batman is. Batman got bodied by most of his children.
Challenge accepted. Apparently he's with me about fighting for Iron Man.
Okay, Barney. You know.
I vote Goku's the referee. He's gonna let everything go in a fight.
Batman can make his suit if he needs. Batman can make his suit if he needs to. Thank you. Chris said he is helping. Well, Chris, I'm gonna take that comment off too.
What, my brother?
Okay, doesn't wear a robot suit eventually.
You mean anyway? A nanobot suit?
Okay. He does have a robot suit, but then he's Batman. He beat anybody.
Or are you talking more like an exoskeleton suit?
It doesn't matter. He's Batman.
For me. Well, no, I want to know because there's a difference. If it's a nanobot suit like Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, dude's stacked already. But if it's an exoskeleton suit that just boosts his normal human abilities, like his punch would be super, his jump would be super, versus if you shoot him with a gun and he's got a nanobot suit, it'll just eat the bullet. You know what I mean? Like literally eat the bullet. No?
I think Batman really does make an AI. Like in one book, he does make an AI that can potentially save the world. But then I think the AI turns bad. And Batman has the AI. So, um,
So, or, it's Batman defensively and
I plan prepare his enemy because physical weakness. And it's a conversation for the next
yeah, because it seems like this would be a
o'clock.
really long podcast.
Yeah, because I'm going to have to prove everybody wrong because that's what I do, and we're going to have a podcast about it on March the 7th is our next show. So
Or 7.
March the 7th is our next show. That's in 2 weeks, and we're going to talk about which is Batman. Okay, automatic from nobody. But in the meantime, in between time, Megan has been going for longer than an hour and a half, and I keep cutting
Sorry.
it in and out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna say good night. God bless your soul. Keep living, peace, and all that funky shit. And thank you, Katie. Katie, you know, we started streaming, so I don't. Okay, I'm not going to post this, Melzy, but I want you there so I can prove you wrong about Batman versus Iron Man.
Orphan, I think I like your work niece a lot. Oh, shit. Oh. Sorry I find these comments funny, Katie, but they are funny because they're on the nail on the head, man. See, now she likes this. Well, I guess she'll have to come back in 2 weeks.
Okay, so Katie, apparently a lot of people, and including Melzy, Megan, and Bo. So Katie, you're gonna have to come back next week and help me out. Okay.
Don't forget my brother Christopher. He's on my side too.
Okay, Melzy, we will talk. Joining the Nation Podcast. Thank you very much. 2 weeks as
What? Oh, you froze again. Oh. She's like, I'm putting it in the calendar. Yeah, I think he froze again, guys. So, again, I'm pretty sure he's about to say that our next podcast is obviously going to be the talk about who's the better billionaire, Batman or Iron Man. And kind of already touched base on it a little bit today. But hopefully I have your support for Iron Man. Hopefully whoever loves Batman, you have Kenny's support for Batman. And it was great talking to y'all. It was great reading y'all comments. You guys are funny. But we got to cut it. Have a great night. I had fun talking. Peace. How do you stop it, Kenny? Oh. Where is it? Here we go.